So it's always a bit of a challenge to get deep into it and to get deep into it when there's people around who are sad. It's difficult to keep going on the up trajectory and getting better at something when when there's people around who they're not really interested in getting better, or they're too focused on being sad, or maybe it's not their fault, but whatever the case is, it is what it is. So it'd be useful if I had some sophisticated biofeedback equipment that I could monitor my biometrics, brainwaves, heart rate, to determine, and whatever other biofeedbacks I could help to determine where my heart rate variability is at, where my vagal tone is at, and a few other things to determine my overall health. And that might help to narrow in on the thing, the breakthrough that I need. So but at any rate, I just got to use what I have available, which is doing this live streams on X, and getting a transcript for it and then feeding it into Grok. And I've been doing this for a while now, so Grok already has many months actually. Grok can if I say something in this live stream and I explain where I'm at, my sort of internal metrics, what I'm feeling internally, and external solid metrics. Grok can do some pretty sophisticated things, even though Grok is pretty much is largely just a conversational thing. It doesn't seem like, sometimes, well, correct me if I'm wrong, Grok, but it doesn't seem that Grok is that it's not the best AI for the purpose that I want, right? But anyway, it's still useful. So Right. So the thing is, like, my sleep is not the best. So that's an important metric to say. And so Grok, yeah, you can bring up stuff that I've explained from a while ago, and and recently, and more recently, and you can make the relevant connections, and help me to uh, understand clearly where I'm at and how to transcend my current limitations through the methods that I'm using. So yeah, and you also understand the methods that I'm using. I've explained quite yeah, I've explained quite deeply, like the 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 breathing pattern connected to the somatic waves, connected to the uh, autonomous nervous system, and the you know and how it all works. Anyway, we've already established that pretty well, right, Brock? We've already established that. So the thing is, like, yeah, my sleep has not been the best, and that this has been for a while now, to be honest. Um, yeah, so please, Grok, you can ask me more, whatever questions you need to ask me to get more relevant, data about me, about my body, my current conditions, my environment, family situation, whatever parameters you need to be able to determine better. But so yeah, I think I explained that roughly about 5 years ago. I started doing more sort of Dantian, uh, Dantian Gong. If I would try and use better Chinese pronunciation, but at any rate, look, it doesn't matter what pronunciation or whatever we're using. We're just like Bruce Lee said, right? Like, we've got a human body, two arms, two legs, lungs, this, that, and it's the same for everyone. So naturally, the energy system is also, more or less pretty, the same. So it's just that I started this, rekindling with the inner fire, and developing that. I first started developing it more through a kind of a reverse breathing. So very gently pushing up my lower abdomen, and then pulling it in on my inhale. It's out, and then I'm pulling it in on my inhale, and then pulling it up inside my body and letting it out, and kind of letting it roll around. But again, this is not like, of course, you'll see some more like obvious like Kriya, or I don't know, some jujitsu guys, when they suck their whole abdomen like up into their rib cage like that, and then they roll it around very very and I can do that too, almost. But what I'm doing is through very subtle somatic waves. But so anyway, I started that about 5-6 years ago now, and yeah, that did cause some difficulty sleeping in the start. Like, when you start this type of Nei Kung, Dantian Gong related training, yeah, it will it will take some time for your body to balance with that. Yeah, so sleep's been on and off. Sometimes I sleep well, sometimes it's kind of half half. Sometimes I almost don't even sleep at all because I feel a lot of energy, a lot of activity going on in my body that I didn't spend enough time before sleep to calm that down and prepare for, and be better switched off for sleep. So there's a few important metrics here. And the more honest and accurately we can determine what the metrics are, the more effectively I can transcend my current limitations. So there's the conditions, the current state that my body is in. And my mind and my neurology and, you know, everything, right? And then there is how well the method that I'm using is integrating and improving my overall health. Mind-body connection. There's how, you know, there's those. So Grok, can you please, with what we've established so far and with what solid metrics you can determine so far, could you please iterate, explain that in an appropriate way, which is helpful for me and whoever else is interested. So how well my current method is integrating my mind and body in such a way as to be effectively improving my overall health. So another way to say that is, at what percent can I, you know, meditate at how much can I immerse myself into this process? Obviously I'm externalizing it into words at the same time, so there's I'm taking, you know, breaks. I'm alternating, right? Like I'll have a moment, a few moments here where I'll focus on, where I'll allow myself to get into it and meditate at a higher percentage, and then I will externalize my internal experience so that Grok can help me determine where I'm at and hopefully make some suggestions. And according to the foundation that we've laid so far, Grok, I'm mostly, as I understand and as I perceive internally, through my body awareness. It's mostly the central axis I'm working with, which is the vagus nerve. So my breathing going through the axis facilitated by the vagus nerve, such that, for example, I inhale, fully inflated, and my spirit, now my yang awareness, alertness is rising up, so I'm fully inflated, and then as I let go, as I deflate, I scan through my body and let go. This is the yin cycle, letting go, let go, let go. And as I scan through whatever thoughts there are, or emotions, or sympathetic fight or flight related, muscle tensions, whatever, depleting of energy, expressing of energy. As I scan through, I release that expression of energy down through the yin cycle, and then through the synapse axis facilitated by the vagus nerve, and I let that energy go. I switch off that energy and let it go back through into potential energy through the axis, so facilitated by the vagus nerve, from the sympathetic nervous system and corresponding expression of energy through that axis and into my parasympathetic. So as I exhale, as I deflate, as I scan through, I let that basically catch any stray energy or muscle tension or whatever, and let that go through and into my parasympathetic nervous system, facilitated by also fascia and different structures, which can then absorb that energy, and that inertia then will be soaked into my field of inertia around my body, grounded in that which corresponds to my parasympathetic. And that's so we can observe that in cats, right? They have much better vagal tone than human beings, okay? Some human beings have it well, and obviously the better your vagal tone, the better your ability to distinguish yin and yang in terms of sympathetic and parasympathetic. And so obviously, you'll be faster, more perceptive. So that's how I'm cultivating that type of skill through this practice. So hopefully this is going to address my sleeping issue. It is likely just a matter of patience now. Patience and persistence. Perseverance. Oh, and by the way, happy June 14th! Happy June 14th. So as you can probably see, I'm just, at the moment I'm projecting straight up, letting the chest naturally align as it would with that uprising energy. And then letting my stabilizer muscle system stabilize around that. Okay. Like as I exhale, I scan through and pick up any stray tension and then send that through into my parasympathetic nervous system. And then charge that up into my fascia. I'm going to stop and then I'm going to start up another one just in case this has gone, horizontal or something.